semi-final. 3, 2, 1.
I think that's because they don't have like Gold Forged or Skyforged Xbox controllers.
Not yet. Not yet. Here we go, though. Game number 1, elimination semifinals. This is the bottom rung. This is where it gets scary, but the winner of this goes into the top 3. Markimu getting some damage built up, but Godly's got the lead right now. Markimu will still get that wall touch safely.
Godly didn't want to push at the weapon disadvantage there over onto Markimu, who had the gauntlet, so he just waited, and he waited for good reason so he could throw that side signature with the scythe and get the KO, the bottom side of those icicles. Markimu was playing a little bit too high. Maybe he's going to move to a stage with longer sidewalls, unlike Demon Island in the future after this.
Yeah, I really think those short sidewalls played into how Godly was able to pick up that side signature. Markimu going for the patented neutral light into the jump neutral air. He's been reading those high dodges from his opponents and getting plenty of nairs and snares. This time, Godly gonna go left.
Now, Godly's been kind of going back and forth about whether he wants to focus on the gauntlets or the scythe in many different of his matchups so far today. But here he's been going back and forth a lot, maybe wanting to keep Markimu completely weapon starved, because either way, a weapon is better than no weapon, and he feels comfortable at the weapon advantage. Even Markimu feels comfortable enough to not try and push that edge guard.
Yeah, you were saying any weapon's better than no weapon, but Markimu clearly did not feel the same as he was willing to play that edge guard unarmed. Both of them gonna whiff the recoveries. Godly with the side light, sees the dodge, hits another recovery, but you gotta point out, he's a full stock ahead of Markimu.
Yeah, but they're both kind of at the same damage, so they're both searching for kind of the same thing. They're both trying to find those stray recoveries off the top. Now they're over on the edge, so they're looking for those stray side airs. There's the neutral light going the other direction that might have KO'd off the left side, but Godly ended up sending to the right with it, gets behind. He almost didn't have enough time to come in with that neutral light, but the spot dodge came out from Markimu and the iframes were gone, and so the neutral light active frame still picked up.
Outlasted Markimu's dodge. Markimu with the side light active input, still not enough. He spot dodges in front of the nair, but the unarmed recovery will deny the 3 stock.
Coming in now, Godly fresh on his second stock. Markimu is at the weapon advantage. The spawn comes in. Markimu still covering, but Godly grabs the gauntlets. Even waits there for just a second. The 2-piece, the 3-piece, the 4-piece. Is he going to hunt for the recovery? He ends up getting caught by a neutral air. Didn't get caught by a neutral air this time. A 2-piece coming out from Godly. He's doing such a great job of extending this lead.
Yeah, he's putting up some fantastic damage put out onto Godly. But Godly now with the weapon and stage control. Markimu comes up swinging, unarmed recovery again.
That time, Godly threw out a D-Light over the corner instead of the side signature. Markimu chasing him out to the edge, way up high and to the right, gets the KO off the top. This lead has significantly shrunk from a full stock to around 75-80 damage. So Markimu making the comeback here in game 1 on Demon Island as he takes 2 hits, gets 1 in return, and takes a 4th.
He's looking for that high jump. There's the dodge up. This time, Markimu not ready for it. Was expecting a different dodge coming out from Godly. This time, Godly changing up the dodge direction again.
Oh, I didn't even think that was going to KO. He doesn't go for the GC sideline.
Going right back to the same map, same picks as we get into game number 2.
Now, in terms of the damage split, okay.
Goes in. Markimu with the control.
Oh, that
Godly.
was really scary. You saw him get the hit, and he chase dodged across the stage. He just wanted out of there so he could pick up a weapon. Now they've kind of swapped places. Markimu over on the corner, gets through the dodge of Godly. There's the side light into the neutral air. Tries to go for another side light, eats a dare from Markimu.
Okay, the side air from Markimu. Jockeying back and forth, going blow for blow, but Godly now currently unarmed, goes in for the side light, and Markimu able to get a neutral light as a response.
Godly was jumping up and right to get away from that recovery on the scythe from Markimu.
Recovery!
The GC side signature. We haven't seen too much signature usage coming out from Markimu. Meanwhile, that's been a little bit of a staple from Godly, not even just this set, but previous sets as well, especially with that down signature. And then, of course, as we've seen here, the side signature on the scythe as well. There's the recovery, almost KOing off the top, not quite enough just yet, but one more will do it.
There's it. That's the hit. The recovery from Markimu. He's able to even this one up. He's got the weapon control. He's got the gauntlets. Neutral light. Oh, there's the dodge in. Goes for a fast fall neutral there, but Godly stayed high.
This time he went a little bit low. He was still like 1 jump height up after that. He jumped after immediately getting hit, but he then went back to the main platform in case Markimu wanted to chase high. You're seeing those exclamation points come out, but Marky keeps his cool, stays high, and then drops down to hit the down air punish.
Doesn't panic coming back onto the stage. Goes for the ground pound. Godly gonna swap.
Oh, that could have been a juicy weapon toss.
Didn't hit for Godly though. Markimu with the neutral lights. Godly immediately dodging. Nair. Hit, misses the Sair.
You can see, like, even with that side air, he was fading back just a little bit, so he didn't fully commit to going under that stage, given how damaged he is. But if he caught with it, if Marky Moo wanted a tunnel vision, get a little bit panicky back to the main stage, he could have turned that into a massive edge guard.
Godly doing a good job dodging after getting hit by that side light, able to punish with a side air of his own. He's starting to build up some damage onto Marky Moo, but the neutral light will KO for Marky Moo.
Marky Moo keeping his cool. We've kind of seen that from him so far today. Hasn't been getting too nervous. I'm sure the nerves are definitely there, but they've been under control for the most part. That was something that really seemed to plague him yesterday, but he's been able to wrap that up and tighten it up just a little bit. Chased into the air, but not off screen. Marky Moo goes in with the unarmed side air, or not the unarmed side air, but on the gauntlets. Just barely missing. There's the down air. Goes for the D-Light the other direction and misses.
Godly was looking for that falling recovery. Wanted to catch Marky Moo if he went a little too high. Once again, gonna try to catch him out of the air. Down sig, easy punish, down light, down air, just trying to get some damage onto Godly.
Only gets a 2-piece off of it, but it is solid damage, and he's at a lead, so any damage is extra credit right now. Marky Moo has been so careful on his way back to the stage. A rare signature that we see him use to get back on the stage. D-Light ground pound. That's kind of the way Godly was ground pounding earlier. The weapon toss is going to bonk on the head, but look how much damage was done in the meantime.
Yeah, Marky Moo recognizing the situation. He's gotten some decent damage built up on Godly. He can go for some bigger plays there, like that slide charge side heavy. Now he's going to get the recovery, and Marky Moo's on the board, 1-1.
We are tied up in this set. Such a great job of those long scythe strings, all of that scythe pressure that he was able to put out on his old opponents. Now we are swapping to a very small stage, could be very volatile, especially if Godly's finding those side signatures on the scythe like he was previously on Demon Island.
Now this is World's End, and one of these players' worlds might end at the end of this set. This is a very important game number 3. Both of them tied. The winner of this will have the advantage going into the end state, but Godly able to open up, gets that side light, but he backs away. He's looking for the safe damage.
Okay, the dodge was gone. Wow, he just kind of falls into the blast zone there. His dodge was already gone. He was caught in the middle of his in-air movement economy and didn't have nearly enough to get back. This is a massive lead here, but again, we are on an extremely volatile map, which could be really good for Gauntlet. All of a sudden, he finds himself at a 2-stock lead, but also Marky Moo could find a solid edge guard here. He could find some pressure off stage or maybe a takeout off the top, and all of a sudden, things are relatively even.
Okay, Marky Moo reaching.
Exactly like that.
Cancel side light recovery. Marky Moo evens it up.
Thank you so much, Marky Moo, for proving my point right there.
Godly, though, still has that health advantage. Was able to build up a decent amount of damage there. But like you said, this is a volatile map. Oh, side sig interrupted by the weapon toss.
I don't know if the icicles would have reached high enough to actually make a connection, but great weapon toss there. It's going to interrupt the rhythm of Godly, so he's not ready even off of the miss to find a follow-up after that.
Managed to jump over that second side air from Marky Moo. Marky Moo doing a really good job getting in there, getting some hits, avoids the down sig. Neutral sig gonna whiff. Godly starting to fish really hard for a finisher.
Yeah, I think Godly was really looking for the read on that neutral signature rather than any type of reaction to the side light, because it's not too terribly hard to punish that side light, especially if you have moves that hit in that general area, which Godly, of course, does. KO off the top. Momentum starting to shift in Marky Moo's favor, but again, Marky Moo is extremely damaged here. We are on a small map. Could be yet again another quick answer back KO, just like we saw previously.
But I gotta point out, he's doing a really good job of tracking Godly's dodges. It's leading to those recoveries, which are getting the KOs.
Down air, and he kind of backs up, waits a little bit, hoping for the dodge to come out so he can hit the side air and then continue offstage pressure. Again, backing up after hitting the down air, doesn't go for the immediate follow-up. Now he's at the weapon disadvantage. Recovery KOs off the top, but Godly's about 80 damage behind. Now he's going to juggle those weapons and then go back to the gauntlets, hoping he can find a few strings here and there to add up that damage quickly. Has Marky in the yellow. He's added about 50, maybe now 60 damage up. He's getting Marky into the orange, the down air pummel.
Weapon toss. Marky Moo with the rising dare hits the weapon toss that beats out the recovery. Godly's got the wall touch. There's the D-Light ground pound. Godly's up 2-1.
Ground pound was Godly's to drop. It was Godly's game to lose at that point, and you know Godly, he's not going to give that one up.
Man, I know a lot of people saw that rising down air from Marky Moo and thought that was going to be a Marky Moo game, but here we are, game number 4. Marky Moo going to try to get this to a game 5. See if he can beat out Godly. Recovery gets stuffed out by the nair from Godly.
Marky Moo's able to safely get down to the main platform. They're just in yellow, so it's going to take a lot to find those knockouts. Marky Moo hoping to maybe push into the edge guard. You saw the side air over to the right. You saw those exclamation points coming out as well, and Godly smelled blood in the water, wanted to push over the side of the stage. Marky Moo going back over, chase dodging over, and then moving back as a bait.
Yeah, they're definitely ebbing and flowing there. You can see even that side light, both of them trying to go back down. Side air gonna whiff on the side of Godly, goes over to the site this time.
Gonna hope he can grab some range here after that side light. Marky Moo gets through that side signature. It seemed like those icicles were gonna linger a little bit longer, but Marky Moo had the timing, the sweat beats. He gets the neutral air. Godly still had some in-air movement.
Manages to get back up, both of them surviving the off-stage engagement.
This one was starting off with a Marky lead, but now everybody is in KO damage or very close to it. But the unarmed KO from Marky Moo, even right over on that left side wall, is enough to KO off the top. Godly has Marky Moo. We are on Demon Island, so may not exactly be in KO damage given what move Godly's able to hit. He may not be able to hit a single move. Marky Moo chases after 80 damage, maybe added up with that. The side sig, again, not a problem for Marky Moo, but he does take the follow-up after, interrupted by the main platform.
Godly was ready. He did the spot dodge, downlight side air, weapon toss, little delayed. Gravity cancel down heavy's not gonna hit. Marky Moo with the nair gets back to the stage, and he's getting really good damage here on Godly.
He ripped that one just a little bit too early. It does have quite a few active frames, so it does give you that room for error. You don't have to hit it perfectly at the exact right frame, at the exact right time, in the exact right place, but Godly let it rip just a little bit too early. He finds himself pretty behind here.
Yeah, this could be really bad, but Godly can turn it around.
Oh!
Downlight, nothing. Marky Moo not wanting to go in for the ground pound.
Godly still choosing to chase after him, maybe throw out a couple of those side kicks, those side lights before he grabs the weapon, but he's immediately punished for it right after Marky Moo. Almost a full stock lead here, pushing this, hopefully, if you're a Marky Moo fan, into a game 5. There's the 2-piece, the 3-piece, continuing that ladder going, now finding that recovery at the end.
Ooh, gonna go for a mix up there. Downlight, up toss. Neutralize. Godly keeps trying to swing, and Marky Moo was hitting him for it.
Marky Moo's getting a little custy with it here. Now he's throwing out that side sig, but Godly was way too high for it to make a connection. He's going to have to find something big here. He has any hope of coming back. He thought it was going to be a ground pound, but Marky Moo was ready. Send him back over. Marky chasing after him. Now has the gauntlets. Godly at the weapon disadvantage.
Lots of damage here on Godly on this final stock here in game number 4. Going above Marky Moo on that down light, but the neutral light almost does it. That weapon was still active.
Godly knew that that was coming in and it was gonna hit like a bomb, so he wanted to get away from there as fast as he possibly could. These up tosses from Marky Moo. He gets the KO at the side air almost from the middle of the stage. Woo, we got ourselves a set here.
3, 2, 1.
Love hearing that 3-2-1 brawl from the crowd as we go into our game 5 here of the elimination semifinals at BCX 2024.
Who's gonna podium? Will it be NA or EU? Only one of them will make it into the top 3. Marky Moo starts off with a Sair, starts off with the second one.
Another one. Chasing after, again, Marky Moo. His gauntlets have looked so good this entire tournament. You saw a lot of scythe gameplay from him last game.
Oh! Not enough.
Man, he's hoping we were on World's End for that moment right there. He would have gotten the stock. But maybe he's just like, you know, it takes a little bit more. I already got him here. I can push it 20% further and get the KO. Marky Moo with a massive lead here in game 5.
Just saying, rinse and repeat. Sidelight, recovery, reset, sidelight, recovery. Marky Moo with a full stock lead over Godly. Godly starting to fall apart here in game number 5.
He's really starting to struggle to find ways in on this site with his gauntlets. Marky Moo's using the range advantage. He's using that 45-degree angle of coverage, both vertically and horizontally. Okay, he's saucing on him now. He's starting to get the download. He's starting to stay glued to him. The D-light into the weapon pickup recovery. Marky Moo, he's got some swagger on him.
He's feeling real good right now. 3 stocks up to Godly's 1. Barely into the orange, getting into the red. The crowd here in North America is cheering for Marky Moo to get the 3 stock.
and this is rare. To hear an instant chant that started by so many people, they were ready for that moment to start cheering on their boy, but Godly's hoping maybe Marky Moo gets a little bit overconfident here. He's still gonna stay dialed in. This game is certainly not lost, but it's gonna take a lot of work from Godly to fight back.
Game ain't over till the announcer says game. Godly knows he's still got one stock left to play with. Catches Marky Moo with a neutral light, but he cannot afford to trade back and forth. This is the Sair. Risky recovery there, and Marky Moo's gonna punish him with a down air.
Okay, there's the recovery again, setting up for the edge guard. You see Godly pushing over just a little bit, but backing up compared to the last time. He's trying to find these recoveries to send over, get a nice spike, but he's not successful with them. And when he is successful, he's just taking about the same amount of damage. Great neutral air, perfectly timed neutral air, and the grab out from Marky Moo. And game 5, the North American legend. Many people called him North America's last hope, and he's keeping that dream alive right here.